With a mere 3 days to go, we can't help but be excited for the festivities that are ahead. For me, I can't wait to indulge in the roast breadfruit and rundown, the gungo peas and rice, the Christmas cake, and can't leave out the sorrel that make you clear your throat and say ginger. What's not to enjoy about Christmas? But however you choose to enjoy the holidays, we here at the JIS want you to do so safely, and we'll show you just how to do that. Hi, I'm Theodore Henry, and your favorite magazine unfolds right now.
Come January 1, 2019, the government of Jamaica will impose a ban on single-use plastic scandal bags, 24 by 24 inches or less in dimension, plastic drinking straws, and the importation of expanded polystyrene foam. Plastics take up to 500 years to break down and end up in our environment, stifling our animals, plant life, and livelihoods too. Refuse single-use plastic products. Start using reusable items. Bring your own bag. The ban on plastics is effective as of January 1, 2019. Preserve our land. Support the plastic ban. Exemptions apply. Contact the National Environment and Planning Agency for more information.
Hi there, I'm Simone Wolf with your JIS News of the Week. The Ministry of Finance and the Jamaica Police Federation have signed an agreement for a 16% wage increase for rank-and-file members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
We are particularly pleased that we are now at 91% of the public sector now covered by agreements that cover 4 years to 2021. In commemorating the agreement with the police force, is recognizing the indispensable role that the rank and file members of the Jamaica Police Force play in our lives. Security is the number one issue in Jamaica, and rank and file members on a daily basis are on the front line.
Effective January 2019, persons will be required to pay their National Insurance Scheme contributions using stamp cards during the January to December calendar year instead of the usual April to March financial year.
The contributions using stamp cards and stamp cards only has always been financial year, which administratively in computing eligibility for a benefit, it slows us down. Yes. So we're doing the change to speed up processing to make it administratively easier.
The Ministry of Health is taking steps to stem the tide of dengue infections in the country. Among other things, the Enhanced Vector Control Program has been extended to March 2019, and the public can expect increased fogging in communities, particularly those with clusters of dengue cases. Meanwhile, the ministry has extended opening hours at health centers across Kingston, St. Andrews, St. Catherine and St. Thomas in response to overcrowding at major public hospitals. With immediate effect, the Glen Vincent, Slipen Road Comprehensive and Greater Portmore Health Centers will be open until 8 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. The St. Jago Park Health Center will do likewise with the exception of the fourth Friday in each month. Meanwhile, the Stony Hill Health Center is open until 8 p.m. Mondays to Wednesdays. Olympic Gardens is on Mondays and Tuesdays, while the Morant Bay Health Center is operating longer hours on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. In other health news, the ministry's capacity to tackle HIV/AIDS has received a boost with the donation of a mobile testing unit valued at over $12 million.
The mobile unit is geared towards bringing closer to the communities, within the communities, allowing individuals who are otherwise busy to take less time and in a more efficient manner experience the tests that could save their lives by giving them information of their status, and certainly in testing also provide key additional information around management and control of this epidemic.
Residents of Linstead, St. Catherine and its environs are finding it easier and more convenient to fill prescriptions following the recent opening of the NHF Drugstore pharmacy at the Linstead Hospital.
I want to commend those who have been a part of this pharmacy build out. $31 million, 8 months on time, within budget. That's my mantra to the NHF, and they have not failed me yet.
Government Senator Matthew Samuda is assuring that there will be no unfair advantages for manufacturers and distributors under the impending January 1 single-use plastic ban.
This program will be implemented under what's called a ministerial order under the Trade Act of Jamaica. So there won't be unfair advantages to any group or business grouping in Jamaica, whether large or small.
And finally, a Joint Select Committee of Parliament has recommended that the Child Care and Protection Act be amended to make corporal punishment prohibited in all public institutions, places of safety and other institutions. The elected members of Parliament also agreed that the sanction to be imposed for breaching this provision would be a fine or such order as the court deems fit. And those were some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolf.
Well over 300 persons have lost their lives on the nation's roads already this year, and it is projected that another 20 will die by the end of the year. But that doesn't have to happen. It is no secret that the risk of road fatalities heightened during the Christmas season, so as you go out to celebrate, here are a few things to keep in mind as we all try to make it into 2019.
Pedestrians, it is only safe to cross this designated part of the road if you follow the road rules. Never attempt to cross before the indication is given, and do not try to beat the oncoming traffic which has the green light.
You have overhead bridges, and overhead bridges are safe areas that are provided for pedestrians to cross. What we are seeing are pedestrians dashing across dual carriageways and then leaping over concrete medians. That is a no-no. We have had persons who have lost their lives doing that. And I am now appealing to pedestrians to do the right thing and access the overhead bridges that are provided in order to save your own life.
Where there is no overhead bridge or crossing sign, use the pedestrian crossing with caution. Monitor the lights and cross when it's safe to do so. That is a dangerous practice and a 99.9% chance of this happening.
The amount of kinetic energy that comes on your body, that is going to determine whether or not you survive.
There are several signs. Road signs are the language of the road. You have informational signs, directional signs, warning signs, and you have enforcement signs. Enforcement signs are erected upright or those that are drawn on the road surface. For example, you have stop sign, one-way sign, and it points in the direction where the one-way is. No U-turn, no parking, no right turn, no entry, a number of signs. If there is no sign that are erected upright, you will see yellow markings painted on curb walls. That constitute no parking, and you should not park in those areas. You park where white painting is drawn on those curb walls. Those are areas where parking is permitted. You have continuous white lines that are drawn on road surface. No motorist should drive to the right of a continuous white line. There are some other signs, especially like along Knutsford Boulevard, where the dual carriageway is, but there is any elevated median. you see something looking like a zebra crossing. Those crossing depicts a median, but a median that is not elevated. If you disobey a stop sign, it carries a fine of $4,000 or 6 demerit points. If you disobey the traffic light, the red light, that too carries $4,000 a fine or 6 demerit points. On the approach of a traffic light, for example, Halfway Tree Road, Chelsea Avenue, by GIS there is no filter light. You are to obey the light, and whenever you get green, you are to proceed. These lights are so configured that they allow for a pedestrian to cross. So when that red light is on, pedestrians are crossing. So that's why a filter light is not put in. When approaching a roundabout, you are to yield to the person to the right. Right? Always allow for that person to go first. A similar thing with a yield sign, a give way sign. You are to yield to the person and allow that person to proceed. If you happen to overtake, you are to do so if the way is clear, and once you complete that maneuver, you are to get back to the left lane and remain there. We have persons anticipating the light. You have those that are anticipating the green, and even before the green comes on, they are off. And you have others who are beating the amber in order to go by as well. And I should tell you this, red means you are to stop, amber means you are to prepare to stop, and green means you are to go if the way is clear.
And remember, always wear your seatbelt.
Try to use the ATM during the day. If you have to get money from the machines at nights, go with someone else and only use machines that are visible from major streets and are well lit.
Christmas is also the season for spreading positivity and sharing stories of inspiration and upliftment. See how a group of men are using their stories to motivate their younger counterparts.
The Citizen Security and Justice Program, CSJP, is a crime and violence prevention initiative. It was developed by the Ministry of National Security to enhance security and justice by addressing the social and economic factors that help foster crime. In 2010, the program launched an outreach initiative called CSJP's Men with a Message.
It is a group of messengers who are reformed men whose stories are aimed to inspire other young men.
Well, I've been a member from the inception of the group from 2010. My role is giving tips and caution to at-risk males, and just to show people that change is possible.
CSJP come and put me on the platform for a better life. My role in the program, I encourage my fellow member that we have a task and a journey. My role is also to empower the young youth them.
They were recruited using different criteria. There had to have been proof that they had been out of crime and violence for at least 2 years. They also had to get recommendations from the police, from the community members, and from especially like the community development committees. We must firstly understand that it's a journey. And if they were coming from the other extreme, you know that naturally a lot of workshops, a lot of personal development activities would have taken place along that journey. So they've been able to adjust their behavior, they've been able to reflect within themselves and say, if there are other youngsters who are looking up to me, the onus is on me to act in a particular way.
My name is Derek Jones. I'm a member of Men with a Message. I was in Central Lockup for around a month. I was a part of the problem, robbing people, park and corner, defend ends and turf, till end up go out, fall on the wrong side. When I first wake up in jail, I can't believe that I'm in jail I wake. So from there, my mindset started thinking different, knowing that jail was not the right place for me at that time.
I'm Kitsi Brian, and I'm a Man with a Message. Being in institutions and seeing what life is like, you know, you just have to make a decision. Is either you're going to continue like this or you're going to make amends of your life. I decided that coming back into civilization, that I wanted a change.
We definitely see where the Men with a Message initiative, I mean the CSJP on a whole, but also in particular the Men with a Message initiative, has been having significant impacts on the youngsters across this island. One such evidence is it being the demand that is there for the program, for the young men to come and speak at the different schools. And not only have they been asked to come and speak, but there have been many calls for them to return.
I remember a particular place, it was somewhere over in St. Andrew, but there was a young man there who said that he knew me before all of this, and you know, when I gave him a message and I finished and the young man came, you know, he was crying, tears running down his face, and he was asking me that if I don't remember him, but honestly I didn't know him, but he said that he knew me from time before, and that he had loved the transformation. I can safely say that young man is a member of the National Institute, Engineering Institute, which is NTI. So to see that I was the person that inspired that, wow, that's great.
They are representing a brand that is synonymous to peace building, a brand that is synonymous with law and order, right? So the Men with a Message are always expected to be good ambassadors of the program, of the CSJP, and of the Ministry of National Security, which is our parent ministry.
Don't follow a friend or not when I have nowhere going. Badness is madness. Stay in school. Garvey teach with that anywhere we go. Read something before we reach. Even if we sit down and waiting on the people, we need to read something. Read a book and you would see the difference between you and the man when I read.
Favored, preferred, prepared mind. We have the power, you know, to form and shape our future. And I'd like to think that, you know, if you want good for yourself, then you'd want to choose the positive way too. Other people are doing what they want to do. So if I have a dream, I don't see the reason why I can't go there and achieve it, just like any other human being.
For us, the love, laughter, and the celebration of life continues way into the new year. But before we get there, as is tradition, the Little Theatre hosts an annual pantomime on December 26. Pantomime is a theatric presentation which originates from the British and is typically for kids. But as we are known to do, we make everything our own. Our pantomime adds our own cultural flair, riddled with music and jokes. This year, the Little Theatre will be setting sail with All Aboard for the Windy Rush. take the entire family, and support our culture.
Good day, ladies. We're going into communities to identify persons on the voters list over 40 years old who have died, so the EOJ can update their voters list.
Oh, Derek can't come off of the list now, and last year I'm dead.
Exactly.
From November 2018, the EOJ will be conducting a special exercise to remove the names of voters that have passed away from the voters list. You can help. Call the EOJ at 888-991-VOTE. For more information, visit our website at ecj.com.jm.
Just in case, like me, you have some last-minute gift items to get, some local costume jewelers have you covered.
Droplets of beads, creatively designed metals, painted wood, all handcrafted to adorn the neck, face, or limbs. Made from natural resources found on the island, local costume jewelers are designing a niche for economic empowerment.
Natural handbands. These are like from Lucky Seeds and RSI, and these bracelet is from copper with seed mixed in. And we have bamboo handband. We have leather handband over here, and we have wallets, sandals, and pipes and chalices. Natural, all handmade right here in Jamaica. I'm doing this business for over 40 years now. I've traveled all over the world, and this is the business that I do. This is my living, and I'm very proud of it. I was working at the post office for 18 years, but in the 18 years at the post office, I learned this trade. I'm self-taught. That's what I love about this. I think about a creative piece, and I manifest it with my hands. And that's what I love about it, manifesting what I think.
So we have two lines here. We have one called the Heavenlies, and then we also have another line that's completely made out of paper, crafted from scratch, hand-painted by a fine artist and varnished. And that one is called Inspired by Nature. And if you look at it, you'll see things that remind you of sunsets or hillsides and mountainous reliefs and fruits and flowers. We have some freshwater pearls, we have shells, we have upcycled, I would say, materials that we used to make the earrings, so paper. So, and we do a lot of seeds and shells. I work a lot with shells. So those sorts of things. I'm telling you this, we don't know how rich we are. We're a very rich country. I'd love if we could concentrate on developing our skills and using our local product and advance. We are so rich that it's confusing sometimes to see what we're doing, so much stupid things. Killing each other, robbing each other. We don't have to do that. We have everything here. So we need to just concentrate and focus and be positive and use the things that we have, because we have a lot. Just be more mindful of what you're doing every day and what you're using every day, you know. Paper instead of plastic, that's kind of, you know, the stereotypical answer, but really thinking about where you're buying your products. Are you buying things that are locally made? Are you buying things that are imported more than the locally made?
The Christmas season for me is like, most of it is for like children, so I plan on taking my little girl out.
I'm looking forward to Christmas because I love my family and I've been away from them for 3 months now, so I want to reunite with them.
I'm looking forward to play for a bicycle, video game, and to wish everybody a happy new year.
It's my girlfriend's birthday, so I have to give her like 12 hours of the day and then like 2 hours to work, 1 hour to reflect, and then I have to spend some time with family and friends.
I work in the food industry, right? And you know, for people like you who have fun for the holidays, we have to cater for you, so I'm working.
Well, I don't really have any exact plans. However, I plan to spend some time with family and friends.
Let the Christmas get you in a good mood. Make the Christmas get you feeling fine. Put on the dancing shoes and come with me tonight. We're a rock till broad daylight.
I say, oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shine.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Merry Christmas, Jamaica.
High visibility clothing, new neon bikes, and a continued commitment to serve, save, and secure. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF's fairly new police division is designed to maintain safety on our roadways. It's the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, PSTEB. As of August 29, 700 members have been deployed across the corporate area and St. Catherine to allow for greater traffic management and safer public spaces. But what exactly is PSTEB?
PSTEB is a merger between the Motorized Patrol Division and the Traffic Division. And what has caused that is because of the rampant disregard for the usage of the road. Apart from that, we realize that we need strength of personnel on the roadways to deter some of the things that are happening.
And what of the branch's roles and responsibilities?
Our mandate is really to cover as much intersections and corridors as possible to ensure that the regular offenders desist from doing the regular things that they used to do. Every corner you turn in the Harper Tree area, in Walton Park, down by East Avenue where we have the one way, we have presence there to ensure that the rules of the road is maintained. When you come out of Portmore, for example, or people come from the country and they come into Marcus Garvey and they divert in East Avenue. Once it's East Avenue, there's somebody there directing traffic, pulling traffic out, so that it doesn't back up back onto Marcus Garvey. And the police is always there for guidance. So if you don't know where to go from there, we're there to show you.
And with their bright neon yellow uniforms and similarly colored bikes, the PSTEB members are hard to miss. The division has also been attracting attention and commendations for its sustained presence on the roadways and its role in restoring public safety, reducing crime and disorder, and improving public trust in the police.
But the truth is that we have been getting a lot of complaints. On a daily basis, you'll see taxi men. You'll see them lining up in lines coming down. We have people honking horn to show their appreciation. People are able to tell us by Twitter or other social media how much they appreciate us. They're able to go home on time to their family, etc. And all it takes is for us to just be present.
As the JCF continues its work, the public is being asked for full cooperation.
I just want to say to the public that PSTEB is new, but policing is not new. And we are here to maintain the peace. Just want to work with us and to ensure that we have a free flow of traffic in the corporate area.
PSTEB is just one example of the JCF working to serve, protect, and reassure with courtesy, integrity, and respect for the rights of all.
And that's it for today's show, but we do have more coming your way tomorrow on this same station. As always, we invite you to send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. Also connect with us by using any one of these social media handles. On behalf of all of us here at the JIS, I'm Theodore Henry. Thank you for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.